What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Play the Vinyl podcast! I actually have fucking energy today. Not doing this shit at like 7, 8 later at night. The first fucking thing I wanted to talk about was MadeinTYO dropped the fucking hottest trap album in a while. He did Playboi Carti better than fucking Playboi Carti did on Whole Lotta Red. And I'm gonna take this back like sometime in the future because that's just what I do. But he writes hooks. The reason we like Dial-It so much was because of the fucking hooks. Like, it's not like Carti had verses for days. But MadeinTYO on this album has fucking hooks that compete with like self-titled and Dial-It hooks, bro. This shit's hot. Like, he hit the streets, and what pisses me off about it is that, or not pisses me off, but what gets me is, there's like no fucking marketing behind this project. It just fucking dropped, and MadeinTYO isn't like a small artist at this point. He's not a huge artist, but I mean, he toured with Billie Eilish and shit. Like, he's got his fucking credibility. He's still part of like that 2016 wave that, none of those artists have really died that much. Like, from Uzi to Carti to Yachty to MadeinTYO to whatever, to Denzel Curry, like, they're all fucking relevant still. Is he the best rapper? Fuck no. But still, like, he writes catchy fucking hooks, and his flows aren't matched. Like, there are little artists right now that can come up with the flows that MadeinTYO has and make them sound so good. And listen, the beats that MadeinTYO gets are fucking fire too. But it's like, for a minimalist approach, he doesn't really miss. He writes hooks. I mean, this album, there were some commercial attacks, like, the song with J Balvin or whatever. He used a lot of, but he also used a lot of obscure artists. Like, he put Nakel Smith on this shit. I don't know if you guys saw, but Nakel Smith is on this. Lucky's on it. Nudi's on it. Like, this is a fire album. I know it's gonna go overlooked because it's MadeinTYO and everyone thinks he's just like this fucking like trash rapper. Like, if you listen to Playboi Carti, or Lil Uzi, you could listen to MadeinTYO, because there are songs on here that beat any song that dropped on Eternal Take or Whole Lotta Red, like Throw It Back or with Paris Fashion Week or whatever. Like, there are songs on this album that should not go fucking overlooked. I've been on such a fucking trap wave, dude. I mean, the amount of brainless, and you guys know, like, I've listened to some good music. I have a really distinct taste. I go through phases. There was a point where I was listening to like only epic instrumentals, like Long Season and Lift Your Skinny whatever. Listen, like Car Seat Headrest, shit like that. Just like very sad fucking epics. And then I'll get into my lyrical phases, get into my old school phases. But lately, I've been on like this trap wave plus like cloud rap. Cause it's like some music is so fucking toxic that you can't not listen to it. You have to listen to Eco or fucking like MadeinTYO or Carti. Like, it's so goddamn toxic, but it's also so easy to listen to, and I think that's a huge part of why I've been on it. But I've also been experimenting with sounds personally while recording. So I've been trying to decide what I want to record, what kind of music I want to record. I kind of know what I want to record, but I mean, like, big influences have been like Lucky and like now MadeinTYO and obviously, like, they're always my influences who were always there, like A$AP Rocky, Kendrick, Mike, Earl. Like, those guys are just like always going to be in whatever music I make. But it's like these guys have kind of been in the background of my trap taste for a long time. Like, more so than Uzi, more so than Yachty. Like, a lot of these guys that I kind of like. I mean, I listen to Uzi's good, but I don't like it as much as I definitely used to. Even Carti, like, I don't use Carti flows when I write and when I rap. I feel like it's like, that's just Carti, But I really like kind of the essence of MadeinTYO and Lucky. Like, I'm adding Lucky onto this list because Lucky is just like, he's different, and but in the same way that MadeinTYO is, it's just like this very minimalist approach. With some, I mean, Lucky actually puts effort into his lyrics, which I love. Obviously it's all just like drug rap and shit and depressing in a way. Drug rap, off key, minor stuff. But it's still trap nonetheless, and it's different than what anyone else is really doing. And I find that kind of inspiring because that's something I've always liked when I write and like to do when I write is kind of keep new school flows, and not necessarily new school beats, but keep those flows that like Rocky and them brought on, and like that kind of time. Mostly Rocky did that shit, but like that time era brought onto the rap scene, and when they changed the game and brought new flows and shit, and use that with actual lyrical substance. Which in reality is what Mike did on, all of his he has so many albums out already. On all of his albums, that's what he does. Like, think about Prayers. Like, that's all just new school flows combined with not old school lyricism, but very, very refined lyricism. I don't know why. That's why I find it kind of so fascinating. Yeah, but, it's still kind of slow in music otherwise. I listened to some like other epic song. I forget the group who they're. Someone sent it to me. But I haven't like dived into their discography, but it definitely seems interesting. Because I like those kind of epic instrumentals, like Long Season. Like, I feel like those type of songs. I gotta move this fucking chair and my back gives out. I feel like move the mic closer. All right. Hold up. There we go. I feel like I feel like a lot of these epics, like these epic instrumentals, like Long Season or Lift Your Skinny Fingers, whatever, and all the others that I'm blanking out on that I've listened to, kind of like they leave a really long-lasting presence on like your musical taste. Like, these are projects that I'm never gonna forget for some fucking reason. And I didn't like Lift Your Skinny Fingers or whatever, or again, whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's Lift Your Skinny Fingers. So that's the band? No, that's not the band. Those are like very distinctly just projects I won't forget and they don't have any words. They're just like these long compositions. With this like ambient type sound or whatever, and again, I didn't like Lift Your Skinny Fingers. To me, it literally just didn't make me feel good. Like, I felt very uncomfortable listening to it for some reason. It could have been the mood I was in, could have been whatever. I've had like no interest in going back and listening to it. But like Fishman's Long Season is just an absolutely fucking ridiculous composition. But like those, for some reason, they leave such a long lasting impression. To the point where, like, I'll never forget them. Like, there are some songs where you're just, like, someone mentions it a couple, like, 6 months, years later, and you're just like, oh, shit, like, that shit was fire. Like, these are not that. Like, they just stay in your mind. I want to, like, I'm looking for those, I want to find a new one. A new kind of indie epic thing, but it's not the most popular genre, never was. But shit, Long Season is just such a fucking powerhouse of a song. I mean, song, album, project, whatever you want to call it. Shit's a fucking masterpiece of its own. Should we dive into that? I don't know. I haven't listened to it in a while. I mean, no, I probably listened like a couple weeks ago, but the thing with Long Season is the exact mood that it creates is fucking nuts. Like, when you're listening to that, you could picture yourself, like, it's like driving under, like, shit, let me try to think of this the right way. Like, driving on a highway, like, at night. Do you know, like, that there's that, I sound so stupid. Like, that feeling, Like, when you're just driving with kind of nowhere the fuck to go. That's Long Season to me. Or, like, that first, fuck. Like, fuck technical terms. That first section of Long Season, the first idea, there's a word that they use for, like, whatever. That first section with the guitar, it seriously just, it brings you to where the, not just because of how it's composed, like that's one thing, but the instrument choice and everything just brings you somewhere. That's why it fucking fascinates me, and it always will. That's an album it's like, I recommend that to fucking everyone. Long Season. And it's just, I don't know, like, again, such a long lasting impression with those type of albums. That's some good fucking shit. 2021, right? We have a new president tomorrow. As of today, as of right now, because God knows what the fuck's gonna happen when I'm recording this, we're gonna have a new president tomorrow. You want to bullshit about that for a bit? Let's bullshit about that for a bit, because I don't think black culture has necessarily like been suppressed over over the past 4 years. And I don't want people to start thinking that just because Biden's going to be in office, like, civil, like, equality is going to get better, blah blah blah. But I don't really want to dive into so much like political and racial things. Well, racial, yeah, because it's hip hop, but I don't really want to dive into like the actual technicalities of it. But like, it's good. It's gonna be good to have someone in office who was under Obama for hip hop and for black culture. Like, we're gonna, I hope like sports teams start going to the White House again. I hope that it's well incorporated, and I hope that there's not a disconnect between black culture and the reigning politics in office. Because I think it definitely has a big part to do with the success that hip hop had, like, Barack Obama. Sports teams, like the Miami Heat at the time, going to the White House and stuff like that, which is, Obama being friends with like Pusha T and shit like that. That's all fucking cool, and I don't think it's gonna be to that level. I don't even think like Kamala Harris is gonna bring that. But it's gonna be interesting. Like, without a doubt, it's definitely gonna be an interesting development, to say the least, of kind of what's gonna be coming for hip hop with the new this new wave. This is the first time we're gonna have a very, very radical, I think, not necessarily Kamala Harris. I mean, Kamala Harris is pretty radical, and I don't really think Biden is, but like radical media behind a Democratic office, because we had it with Trump and the Republicans. Now it's like it's gonna be the liberals' turn. This is very interesting. I'm kind of interested in what to see. That didn't really make any sense, but I'm just like, we're rooting for you, Joe. We're rooting for you in a fucking way. Yo, I swear to God, I saw someone fucking post on Instagram the other day. I saw them say that there's no such thing as black or white culture. I mean, you know what? They might follow me, so you might be listening to this, but dude, like, yo, like, what was the point of Black Lives Matter then, dude? Like, guys, and I feel like I've seen it more than once. I've seen people say that shit. Yo, like, there is such thing as black and white culture, dude. Like, obviously, like I've said in the past, like, there's way more such of a thing as black culture than white culture. Like, white culture half the time is like just picked up black culture. But yo, white culture is fucking storming the White House with bear hats on and like taking pictures of cops, because white people have nothing fucking better to do with their time, because they have no fucking culture. Like, they have no depth to their shit. So yes, there is such thing as white culture, and it's pathetic, and then there is such thing as black culture, and it's fucking awesome. So please, yo, don't start spreading those fucking messages. Like, for real, don't. It's fucking stupid. And we don't need that right now during changing political parties, and be like, oh, there's no such thing as black culture because we're all equal. It's like, no, dude. Black culture is so much fucking better. We are, like, everything we wear, like, is fucking black culture. Everything we listen to. But I've gotten into that way too much in the past. I just wanted to, like, quickly highlight on that. let's see, what the fuck else has happened in music? I feel like nothing the fuck... Yo, I swear to God, I feel like another Griselda fucking project came out. I am not fucking listening to it, dude. I am not touching another Griselda project until I die. Stop, yo. Like, they drop 17 projects a year and people... They hit every time. They don't miss. They don't... Shut up. Shut up. Stop. It's the same shit every time. Yeah, hey, yo! I used to sell crack in the 4th grade! Like, yo, I get it, dude. I get it. The best fucking... The best crack, like, coke rappers of all time haven't even dropped, like, 6 albums under their belt, dude. Pusha T, like, solo has dropped, like, 4 or 5, man. Like, come on, these guys have so many fucking it's like Thug, but Thug doesn't have to worry about that because no one's listening to his lyricism, dude. It's like, you know, he doesn't have to worry about that shit. It's more so just... Because that's different. That's just melodies and beats. Like, he just switches it up. Motherfucker raps about the same shit on every song anyway, but... But yo, it's like when your actual lyrical substance is what people listen to, and it's the same on every, like, it's not like they're rapping the same fucking words, but when it's like I said, hey yo, been selling crack since the 6th grade, like every single fucking song, like that's what it's about. Like, come on, man. And listen, I would listen to a West Side Gun album if it got suddenly more experimental. And if it wasn't just fucking Alchemist beats or, like, Alchemist type beats on repeat, dude. But it's like, yo, come on, man. Like, I've heard the soul samples before, and I've heard them done way better. Yeah, the one that was produced by the Alchemist had probably some of the best beats. And that's the only one I would probably go back and listen to. On all sides, on West Side Gun. I mean, Boldy James is fucking sick, dude. Like, I'm not really shitting on him when I do this, but, like, I would go back and listen to that for that type of rap. Yo, I need that Pusha T and Madlib album, like, now. Oh, shit, Madvillainy 2 is a thing. Let's fucking talk about that for a second. I mean, everyone's like, yeah, it's Doom, so he's not gonna miss, but they're like, it's 80% done. But apparently Doom was the one who was saying it was 80% done. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want it. Like, I really don't. I think at this point, when's the last time we got a real Doom album, you know? Like, in reality... I mean, listen, I'm 20. Doom hasn't dropped, like, a significant project during the time of me being mature enough to, like, listen to Doom music and get it. Like, when was, like, he dropped... I mean, yeah, he's dropped some stuff, but it's nothing, like, that's part of the significant discography of Doom. Listen, a Madvillainy would be cool. It would be. It irks me thinking, though, it kind of did with Mac, too. Oh, and also, you know, today's Mac's birthday, Mac Miller, R.I.P., would have been, like, a historical musician, if he had lived. I seriously think that. I mean, listen, the kid made history with what he did with, like, his mixtapes at a young age, being white, making, just, I don't know. He's got songs that'll never die. And I think that's what makes him... And, you know, everyone says that, right? Like, you have one hit. You know, like, fucking Fetty Wap had hits. And it's like, oh, well, he's never gonna die now. It's like, yeah, but, like... Mac had these underground hits that just hit kids everywhere. He's never gonna die. His like, that part of him, even if Circles and Swimming and, you know... God forbid, watching movies with the sound off, which is a phenomenal album, dies out. It's like, yo, he still has, like, kids. He still has Best Day Ever. It's just, you know, that's a shitty loss. We've lost a lot. Like, we've lost Juice WRLD, X, King Von I didn't really listen to, but, like, Pop Smoke. Like, we've lost a lot of artists who, yeah, like, were prominent in the music industry, and the music industry would be very different with them. They'd still be making hits, and we'd be hearing them everywhere. It's like Mac, we wouldn't be hearing anything from him because he would just, like, sit back and evolve as an artist, almost like Tyler did with Igor. That's the shit that Mac was doing. Like, Mac was changing and just getting better. and Mac was able to hit the mainstream without being mainstream. You know, I mean, listen, the last big hit he had was not take out Good News out of the equation. I'm blanking on what the song was from Mac, but like that was his last mainstream hit, was off of Swimming. But I think Mac's impact on rap and on hip hop, like on rappers and musicians and artists, to evolve and to send like positive messages. I mean, yeah, everyone's like, X sent positive messages. Yeah, he also like would kill people, dude. Like, you know, like, yeah, he also had like rape charges and shit for stuff he probably fucking did. But Mac would have definitely left a much, like, a greater impact, and he would have been the type of artist who just would have been on the scene for a long time, behind the scenes, whatever. He just would have been around. And he was young. He had a lot of room to go. He was 26 when he died. Think about like Kendrick dropped probably what T-Pab at like 28-ish. I don't know. Like Mac just had a lot of room to grow, and he grew a lot already. If you listen to his projects, it's just like there's so much experimentation that went on from project to project, and you see how he grew. You also see how the drugs did him, and you also see how the depression was hitting him, but you see how he grew, and it's just fucking cool. So rest in peace, Mac, yo. I don't think I've gotten a chance to say that on this podcast. But rest in peace, Mac. And I'm not gonna like act like I was bumping. I bump Mac all the time, or like I was bumping Mac. But I fucking respect his growth, yo. I respect what he did and what he was doing, you know, when he passed, and the ideas that he had were just really fucking cool. It just seemed like a really genuine dude with a genuine idea, and a genuine passion and love for music, which I could always appreciate. But Madvillainy too. That's what it's where I was at. Yeah, if it's 80% done, keep it, please. Don't give me. I don't want half finished songs. I don't want, because Doom wrote these fucking poems of just like every word was connecting in a way to the end. You know, like to the fucking end. His songs had themes. They had metaphors, and having like a half-finished metaphor just isn't cool. It's not what you're looking for, you know? It's not Doom. And I think Doom wouldn't want to drop an 80% finished project. Unless if Doom finished his part and the rest is his Mad Lib. That just has to finish beats. I doubt that's it, though. When you're that artistic, it takes time. And when you're that artistic, you give up on ideas, because if you're not satisfied, you stop working, and then you have to retrack your steps and retrace your steps and be like, this is what I want to do. And I doubt it's been since 2004. Like, I doubt that this was a thing that came up in the last like 5 years, you know? This has probably been something that's brewing since like, I don't know, when did Doom leave? Like, he was like, his son died, he came back in like 2009 or whatever. It's been something that's been brewing for a while. I think there's a reason that it's not finished. I don't know if it's because Doom and Madlib maybe just weren't connecting. I don't know if it's because Doom wasn't connecting with his writing. I don't know, but there's a reason, and it pains me to say it. And I hate talking about this because it's fucking Doom, but like I'd rather them keep it, you know. I don't want an 80%. Listen, if it was X, if it was Uzi, like if it was any rapper, I mean Uzi didn't die, but if it was like any of those type of rappers who like, you know, would pass, and then yeah, give me a fucking 80% finished project, dude. But it's Doom, like it's Doom. His projects were all 120% finished, you know, like 150% finished. Like there's a lot missing there with an 80% finished project. And I also read that it came out of Doom's mouth, you know, like, I'm 80% done. So, I don't know, keep it, let it rest at this point. Don't drag out what, you know, Doom's legacy. I'd rather just let it rest, you know, let him rest. Shit. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It sucks talking about it. It really does. Like, have his legacy kind of associated with what he's already dropped, and you fuck like the governor and whatever, like have him associated with Madvillainy 1 and Food and Doomsday, Project Doomsday. It's just like let it be how it is, because there's, even though he's dropped projects that some people haven't listened to or some people really didn't like, they don't put that against him for some reason, which is because he's dropped such fantastic stuff and his long lasting presence is like, it's there. So I would just let it be. Maybe a single, or singles, but I don't know. Dropping a 20 song project like Madvillainy was, or whatever it was, 15. It definitely was more than 10. But when it's 80% done, and when Doom was one of the minds behind it. Listen, it is half and half though. So if Madlib wants to finish it because he knows how Doom works, I mean, I guess, yeah, but Doom is a mastermind. He was a mastermind of what he did and what he, what he does. Definitely hard hitting. Definitely hard hitting. Shit. I think people are about ready for Kendrick to drop. People are about ready for Cole to drop. I saw something, apparently Cole's recording. It really fucking sucks talking about Doom, man. Yeah, but people are ready for Kendrick and Cole to drop. Definitely, I'm ready for Kenny. Cole can keep it. I said this last week. I think I don't really give a shit at this point. I'm happy with what Cole's dropped. I think anything he drops from now on is just gonna hurt him. To be honest, I'd just sit back like kind of Jay-Z did, and be a businessman, make your money, make an impact behind the scenes. Back JID, bro. Jitty Jit is fucking fire. Earth Gang is fire. Like, he's got really good artists under him. So I honestly keep the fall off. Like, I don't want that shit. I don't want Trap Cole. Like, I'm good. I really am. Like, I'm good with Cole at this point. I don't fiend for a new Cole album. Kenny, yeah, I need a Kenny album very soon. But if it's at the caliber of Damn, keep it, please keep it. Like, I don't want it. I don't want another Damn. I want another To Pimp a Butterfly. Like, I want another Section 8 or Good Mad City. I just don't want another fucking pop rap album. I really fucking don't. And yeah, Damn was experimental. Yeah, it fucking was, but how successful was it? Yo, Rocky's supposed to drop, and that I'm excited about. Rocky's another artist who's just like growing and growing. He's a fucking dickhead, no doubt about it. And he cares to a certain point, but I think Rocky, as a rapper, as a musician too, like, I think he knows a lot. And I think he has a lot of really cool musical influences that he recycles and uses. Testing was a good project. Fuck you if you disagree. Like, Testing was it was kind of poppy, but it was also kind of experimental. And Rocky performed well, guys. Like, come on. But a new Rocky, like, I would really, really enjoy. Especially if he's gonna push those boundaries, and keep his flows and keep, do what Rocky does, but kind of like what fucking At Long Last was. But even more so, just psychedelic and weird, because I think that's just the direction that Rocky's going. Unless if it's just going to be a bunch of babushka boys, and it's like, I don't want it. Keep it. Just don't give me that corny bounce shit, Rocky. Give me some weird shit. Talk about fucking and fashion and weed and guns, like, but do it in your Rocky way. Yeah, that's really what I've heard so far. And Drake, but that album's gonna be trash either way. First artist to surpass whatever, like 50 billion streams. I mean, that's cool. It is. And it's good for him, It's good for Drake. Like, I don't bash on Drake's success. I think he fucking deserves it. Like, Drake deserves it because he caught the trend. I mean, yes, culture vulture, sure, but it's like, how many people that actually start the wave, like, blow up, And yeah, it's fucked because that's how the music industry was built. But everyone has their influences, and I think Drake has a real good, like, Drake would make a sick A&R. He really, like, and yeah, he tries to put artists on, it doesn't work out. I think OVO is just a shitty business, but Drake would be a great A&R because he can catch sounds and he runs with them and he makes it his own. Like, it's not like he just takes. It's not like he just took UK drill. He makes it his own, which is kind of cool, and he makes it and turns it to the pop ear, to like the people's ear who aren't really into the underground. So I think, oh fuck me. I think in general, I've had class all day too, so I think in general, like, Drake deserves it, man. I mean, yeah, he's dropped bad projects, but if you think about, if I wasn't a music reviewer and if everyone I knew wasn't into music, it's like they would probably enjoy it. Like, you know, fucking just dweebs. Like, music dweebs would just enjoy it, you know? So all props to him for that. He definitely like deserves it, I think. Without a doubt. Like, he deserves all the accommodations he's gonna get in the future. He's got songs that'll never die. He's got everything. He's got a little bit of everything under his belt, which is really cool. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna end this shit here. What are we at? 30 minutes. Perfect. And hopefully by tomorrow this country won't be dead because all the Confederates haven't fucking killed all of us and raided on like horses with ball bullet muskets and shit. Oh man. You know, I saw someone in Costco a couple weeks ago, and I live on Long Island, so I'm kind of right outside the city. It's kind of split here with like left and right, because you have like the boomers and you have the boomers kids. That's pretty much what it is. And you have like the yoga moms who are like half and half too, I'm assuming. Yo, like, this guy had a Confederate hat on, a Confederate, just Confederate everything, bro. And it's like, how much fucking self-awareness do you have? Like, do you really not give? Listen, guy gave no fucks. Which I wish I was at that level of giving no fucks, but to like, yo, come on. You have to be built different. You have to be a little sick in the head to be able to walk outside in, like, slave owner gear, dude. We're not talking, like, bad guy. Like, we're, like, that's like walking outside with Nazi fucking art. Like, you know? Like, it's just another level of I don't give a fuck. It's just fucking crazy that people are actually like that. And that, you know, that's in my, like, that's what all the people who go to fucking Capitol Hill are like, you know? Like, they don't get it. Like, they don't understand how to be human. They have nothing fucking better to do, and it's so pathetic. That's what so much of this country is, bro. Like, remember, a lot, like, this country does well. Like, the median income and whatever is fine. Like, I mean, there is poverty in this country, but think about all of the white people, like, down in fucking, like, South fucking Saw, that just are in, like, trailers, and they go out and, like, move a couple of trucks a day, come back home, and have all this time. Oh, it's terrifying, man. It really is. It's fucking scary that people actually have that effort and time to put into something. Like, yo, I go to school and I work, bro. If I wanted to go protest, I don't think I could gather up the fucking energy to go to Washington, D.C., man. Oh, shit. It's crazy that people have the energy. The energy and time to go. And I'm not against protesting or anything, but it's like, think about what the fuck you're protesting. They were protesting democracy. I said that last week. Yeah, they were protesting democracy, which is fucking stupid. The same people who, like, would kill motherfuckers to protect it. Like, yo, go have sex. Go do something, man. But yeah, that's I think that's all I got. So I'm gonna see you guys next week. Keep your eyes out for new shit that drop. Oh, and go to playthevinyl.com, check out the new Whole Lotta Red review. Happy I got that out, kept my word on that shit. That being said, see you guys, peace out, enjoy yourselves, stay happy, keep smiling.